Good morning. Another early one this morning. Left my place at 4:45. Headed down to my favourite racetrack, Collie. Been on the road for about 2 hours so far. As you can see, the sun's starting to rise. It's a beautiful morning. It's the middle of winter here, so the sun comes up quite late. It's about 6:45 at the moment. But this is my favourite part of the drive. So peaceful, so quiet, and just beautiful scenery and beautiful skies. So today we've got the Honda on the back, going down to rounds, I think it's 7 and 8 of the WA Speed Event Series. So I'll be in Collie for 2 days. Today is the Collie short track configuration, and tomorrow will be the long track configuration. Weather's looking alright for today. Might get some showers sort of later in the afternoon, but tomorrow looks like a fair bit of rain coming, so it could be an interesting weekend. But yeah, looking forward to it. So not really much has changed on the car. Just got some new front tyres, still Advan AO50s, the old ones just wore out. But I went to mediums for the front this time, and that's because there was no softs in the country. That's alright. I'm not doing rally sprints for a while, which is the real time you need the softs. The track stuff, the mediums still turn on and a good lap of warm up, so pretty happy with that. But yeah, outside of that, just a wheel alignment, make sure everything's pointing in the right direction, and a general service, and she's good to go. So last time I was here, rounds 2 and 3 back in April. On short track I did a 50.2, and long track I did a 118.9. And that was both the first times I'd had my Honda Integra at Collie. So pretty good starting times. Hopefully I'll knock a good second or so off both of those. So the target for today is do a 49 short track and a 117 long track. Made a bunch of suspension changes since then too, so yeah, and in the previous video I sort of covered the suspension's been revalved. That's made a massive difference to stability, so hopefully I'll be able to push a fair bit harder. But yeah, like I said before, looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day on the track. We'll catch up once we arrive and set up. Alrighty, so we're all set up, a bunch of us Hondas together, which is always good. So just give you a bit of a walk around the pits. Like I said before, this is the WA Speed Event Series, which is a super sprint event. So we just go out in groups, but it's all about just setting the fastest time, and we have sort of 3 or 4 laps at a run to have a go at that. So first up is Ryan in the FK8. I'm quite confident we'll be saying that's the fastest FK8 in Australia. It's stupid quick. He's running sort of like 116s here at Collie. And 102s down at Wanneroo, which is pretty good.
Morning, Dale. Good.
Next up we've got Andy's car. It's a K20 EG. He's recently just gone supercharged. Previously it was the fastest NA Honda in WA by a fairly long stretch. And he's almost double his power, so it's going to be stupidly fast once they get dialed in. Andy's wife Courtney has a K24 EG. This is my main competition for the event. We are in different classes because she's K24 and I'm K20, but we're pretty similar time-wise and pretty similar power-wise, so it ends up being a really good battle. Me in the DC2, I'm sort of the lone wolf in the under 2 litre class. Almost everybody else has got the 2.4s. That's awesome 105E Anglia. I don't know what's in it. I think it's like a Turbo 4 AGE. But yeah, awesome looking car. Homebrew single seaters, Lotuses, RX-7, all sorts of good stuff. Continue on around the corner. Got Blake in the Jazz. Bunch of Subarus. And that red Subaru with the ship agency livery on it, that's Justin. He's one of the fastest people around this track. Very good driver, very fast car. And it's smartly set up because instead of going for tons of power, it's all about lightweight and grip, and he does super well on that. That's yeah, one of the front running cars here. Mark II Escort with a full Millington, paddle shifted sequential, all sorts of good stuff on that. That's really fast as well. And a whole range, Lancia Stratos, Replica, more Hondas, Porsches, XLs, great range of cars. No idea if you can hear me by the way, it's quite loud, but anyway. So, beautiful morning so far. Hopefully the rest of the day will stay nice and sunny. But expecting rain tomorrow, so we'll try and get in and have as much fun as we can today. It's short track first up, so we'll check in later on after a couple of sessions and see how we go. Alrighty, so had the first 2 sessions. Practice was alright. It's pretty greasy on track, it's really cold. That's what it is, scrubbed in the front tyres. First hot run session went out, see a tiny bit of damage. Spun out and very, very lightly tagged a tyre wall, which is no problem. I'll show the in-car footage after this. I actually didn't realise I hit it until I came in and the bumper was hanging off because the cable tie mounts are broken. No big deal, all of that's just going to bust straight out. The car's actually pretty rough anyway, despite how nice it looks from 10 feet away. The only thing that's bruised is my ego really. So time to head out, make sure my rear tyres are actually warmed up and have another go. And that's the end of the day. Nobody really went any faster in the afternoon sessions. Got a bit colder and started raining just before as well. You can see the skies looking great. So pretty much as we were. I was actually quite surprised. I was pushing more and more, but just for whatever reason, it just never seemed to actually get the lap time. I think the track's just really cold and just wasn't able to get the tyres to turn on enough to feel comfortable pushing. So I ended up like a 52.0 or something, which is a couple of seconds off where my PB is, but is what it is. Yeah, Courtney was like a 50.4, that's a little bit off her PB. Andy was still the 46 from the morning. Ryan was the 48.5 from the morning, and Justin in the WRX was 47.2 I think, which is a new PB for him. All of those times were in the morning, so same. I'll chuck in some footage of the fastest lap I had, which is actually in practice. It was a 51.8 or something like that. But yeah, just one of those days, didn't quite work out. You have these, it's all good. We'll come back tomorrow and hopefully it's not raining. Day 2. Sun's out at the moment, but it was absolutely pissing down earlier, so I skipped practice because it was fully raining, and I've only had one wet session. It wasn't raining during the session, but the track was still very damp. I'll chuck in some footage after this of testing out the traction limits as I left the pits. No real way to get a representative time, it's fine. It was pretty good fun though, just feeling out the track. It's looking pretty good now. People are starting to put in some decent times, pretty close to their normal dry times. So hopefully, we're just breaking for lunch now. Hopefully we'll go out afterwards and have a couple good runs in the afternoon. But yeah, we'll catch up after those next sessions. All right, and that's us done for the day. So to recap, Sunday was long track at Collie. Like I said before, wet all in the morning. No real sort of runs out of that. Got more rain just after lunch, which was just annoying for our group. And yeah, wasn't much fun either. But for the last run of the day, we just got in and squigged what I call a 95% dry track. That was good. I did like a 120.9, which a couple seconds off the PB, but for the conditions, pretty happy with it. I'm still not getting the front tyres to turn on properly. But yeah, that was better. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I disconnected the rear sway bar for the morning sessions because it was wet, and that made a pretty good difference to the car's stability, so I left it like that for the rest of the day. And that, I think, helped. It definitely needs a sway bar, but definitely not as big a one as I've got in there, so I'll probably look for a stock sway bar and swap that in for the next event. But yeah, after all the timed runs, we went out and just had like another fun run at the end that didn't really count for results. Got down to a 119.4, so it's about half a second off my PB. So again, pretty happy with that for the conditions. Still a ways to go, but yeah, again, just getting comfortable for the car. So I did end up first in the under 2 litre class. Braden in the K20 orange EG over there. He also did a 120.9 as the final timed run, but it was 7/1000ths of a second slower than mine. So I just snuck in, which is great. He got me yesterday by a little bit, so he got the trophy yesterday, and I'll take it for today. Courtney smashed it. She did like a 117.7 in that final fun run, which is amazing. It's a K24 car, but pretty basic setup outside of that, so really happy for her. It's going great. And before Andy grenaded his brake rotors and his exhaust, he did a 112 as a bit of a sort of a half push lap in the supercharged green EG. So I think he's won the event outright, which is well deserved for him. But overall, great day. Pretty happy with everything. I mean, you're never unhappy when you're at Collie. It's just a great place. Even if I had a mishap yesterday and not the results I wanted, it's still great fun. Still learned a heap, and I'll definitely be back next time for the next rounds. So I'll chuck in footage of the fastest lap, the 119.4 now, and that'll close out the video. So thanks very much. We'll see you later.